My name is Stefano Corazza. I'm the founder of Mixamo, and as Josette said, I also started as a VR artist a few years ago, and she founded my first VR art project. So I will look like 1980. No, I'm not that old. And so VR opens up basically a lot of possibilities and a lot of different basically identities that we can explore. And so you can basically just think about who you want to be, or what you want to be, or what animal or human being or different than you actually are. And it's kind of reinventing yourself every time you experience that. And so I was really very interested in this, in characters in VR specifically, and how you could basically feel like you're someone else. And so I started doing some work, and there was no Kinect at the time. And the thing that I wanted to be was a bird. I wanted to experience flying around. I've been obsessed with flying since I was a kid, and I carried that obsession on for years and years. And then I figured out, okay, now I can use virtual reality to actually experience that. And so this was 2010. We put together this first version of Kinect, but this was like a year before Kinect came out. So as you can see from the image, there's a prototype Canesta camera with 2 infrared illuminators. I don't know why they had 2 at the time. And we basically showed this at the Makers Fair, and then also during the City Center, the festival. Took some video, and it was really like shocking to see people like reacting like they were crazy about this. So this is running like Unity 2.0 or something like this. And we basically stayed there because we had to man the booth basically and make sure nobody would get hurt. And we filmed all these people that had like this incredible, like this guy had this like incredible expression on their face. They were completely out of their mind. And we had a line that was so big that basically prevented anybody to get access to any other booth in the place. And so they came and complained, like, guys, you're really not helping here. Like, nobody can access any of the other exhibitions because the line was huge. So anyway, it was a life-changing experience, because I thought, you try this stuff in private. I should actually shut up for the music. Oh, of course, I had to, right? There's a crescendo now that I was about to stop it, but I can't. Anyway, graphics like PlayStation 1, I know. But this was basically we used the Unity Island demo to do this. I'm not that ashamed of that, actually, because it was a pretty good demo. But anyway, I thought, okay, it's pretty cool. You have these 3D glasses, you're like immersed, but I did not expect people to react so strongly. And so it really opened up like something in my mind that I realized people love to be other stuff, like other humans, like virtual worlds, massively validated in the last 20 years, but also different objects or different beings or different animals. And they like to experience a different type of life. And so a few years later, that same installation actually made it into the Nature and Science Museum in Dallas. And we also learned other stuff from that. But you can see here now we have the dinosaurs on the back. And then this is like a permanent installation for like 10 years. All we had to do basically, these guys saw the video with the Verdi music, got excited, came over and then tried it once, and basically they were hooked. Like they were like, oh, we want this art installation for the next 10 years in this museum. Then this little girl discovered that actually flying simulator with a jet is actually even more fun than flying. She somehow has found a way to basically get the bird to go like warp speed. So it was pretty interesting. Like fighter jet is still fun. And so this was a pretty deep experience into like, okay, what are people liking to be and what is connecting, and all this, opening up basically all this Pandora box of identity, self-definition, and exploration of different ways we can be in different environments, and different even laws of physics. And so the next question that came to my mind is, okay, how do I make a VR me, right? So how do I actually take myself put into a VR situation where actually is meaningful? And so we work back in school a lot with like laser scans, and people have been trying with the Kinect or with other devices to scan people and create models. But so what we have found, from the hard laws of business, is that people usually care about either characters that are representing themselves but in a better way, so they can spend time to improve and tweak, and so they're actually proud of that. Or they have invested a lot of time on it. So maybe it's not themselves, but they have worked on that character for 2 months, and so they have a strong connection with the character. Or if the character is somehow famous, if you have, I don't know, Spider-Man's character all in 3D that you can animate in your game, it makes sense because it's famous, people know about it, people connect with the personality. And it happened to be that here at Mixamo, we've been working for 5.5 years on character creators. And we had a couple of failures in the first 2 attempts, and then the third one is this software called Fuse, which we launched just a few months ago, and basically allows people to create and customize characters at warp speed. Although I have to say, this video I have like a 10x speed up. I'm not that fast. I hope you don't get offended by nudity, and if so, just close your eyes for 10 seconds and then we'll be over that. Charles, I had to say this. And so the team at Mixamo has done a fantastic job in putting this software together in the last several years. I think now people can really enjoy it, but we can take it to the next level by actually bridging reality and virtual reality. So this opened up the opportunity of now taking those laser scans or Kinect scans that people were trying to create and bring them into a place where you can actually customize them. So we work with Body Labs. Eric is here now. He will have his moment of celebrity. Basically, you can scan yourself in front of a Kinect camera. Takes about 20 seconds. And then they do some magic processing of the scan, and then the scan is ready to be imported inside the Fuse. So in a few minutes, I can go basically from a guy in a spandex in front of a Kinect camera to laser scans type of quality meshes with no holes and with a very nice topology, and then I can bring all that into Fuse and then create the augmented version of Eric now, where I can change clothing, I can customize all the body features like you have seen in the video. So we basically try to kind of bridge the reality and the virtual reality by allowing people to take themselves into software to customize them, but then to also augment who they can be, and maybe they want to change clothing, or they also want to amplify or change features of their body, so they can do all that kind of stuff. And we're going to be very curious to see how this is going to be used and what kind of amazing VR applications people will come up with. And speaking of amazing VR applications, thank you for this. And I'm going to introduce Phil Rosendale. He's the most famous person in probably the virtual world, for sure. Unless we can say that. He founded Second Life in 1999, a time where basically we were not even born, almost. And then him and Brian Carve are now at High Fidelity, and they're gonna do also live demo. So thank you very much.